Welcome all of you. In the storage organization part 1 video, we have seen what is meant by activation record. Actually, activation record contains the information about each procedure or function, and this activation record is created when the function is called and it is destroyed when the function is returned back. Now we can see how the calling sequences between the functions are implemented using activation record. That is, activation record use பண்ணி எப்படி function calls வந்து implement பண்றது அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு we can see now. Whenever new procedure is called, the corresponding activation record is loaded in the memory. That is, in the stack area, the corresponding activation record is loaded. For example, if you have two functions, say main function and another function. Say the main function calls another function, say f1. Initially, the activation record of main is loaded into the stack area, and if the main function calls the function f1, then the activation record of f1 is also loaded on the top of the stack of main memory. That is, the main function is called as caller, and if the main function calls the function f1, then it is called as callee. First இருக்கிற main function caller னு சொல்லுவோம். அந்த main function இன்னொரு function call பண்ணுச்சுனா that is called as callee. Caller will be loaded first and then callee will be loaded. Whenever caller is loaded and it is calling second function, the caller உடைய return value, that is caller ஓட current location will be stored in the return value. ஏன்னா காலிலேந்து காலருக்கு return பண்ணும்போது இந்த வேல்யூ வச்சுதான் இது return பண்ணும். Next, காலி load பண்ணும்போது அதோட actual parameters and இந்த control link அப்படின்னா இதுக்கும் இந்த காலருக்கும் உள்ள லிங்க் வந்து we call it as control link. இது ரெண்டுத்துக்கும் உள்ள லிங்க் வந்து எஸ்டாப்ளிஷ் பண்ணும். access link எதுக்காக அப்படின்னா இந்த காலில இருந்து வேற ஏதாவது இதுல உள்ள வேரியபிள்ஸ் அக்சஸ் பண்ணணும், நான் லோக்கல் வேரியபிள்ஸ் அக்சஸ் பண்ணணும்னா access link யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். saved machine statusங்கிறது எதுக்காகனா கரண்டா இங்க இருந்து வேற ஏதாவது ஒரு ப்ரோக்ராம்க்கு நீங்க ஜம்ப் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா கரண்ட் ஸ்டேட்டஸ் எல்லாம் இங்க லோட் ஆயிரும். லோக்கல் டேட்டா இந்த காலி இந்த ஃபங்க்ஷன்ல உள்ள லோக்கல் டேட்டா இதுல சேவ் ஆயிருக்கும் அண்ட் இதுல இருக்கிற டெம்பரரி வேரியபிள்ஸ்லாம் இதுல சேவ் ஆயிருக்கும். So call sequence அப்படின்னா these are all the actions. The caller saves the return address, that is PC na program counter, the address of program counter, the old value of stack pointer into the stack, and the caller increments the stack pointer. The callee saves its register and other information, and the callee initializes its local variable and begin its execution. Next, return sequence அப்படின்னா whenever புது ப்ரோக்ராம்ல இருந்து அந்த பழைய ப்ரோக்ராம்க்கு ரிட்டர்ன் பேக் போகும்போது என்னென்ன ஆபரேஷன் that should be performed. Return sequence restores the state of machine so that the calling procedure can continue its execution. மெயின்ல இருந்து மெயின் வந்து இன்னொரு ப்ரோக்ராம கால் பண்ணிருக்கு அப்படின்னா அந்த நியூலி கிரியேட்டட் ப்ரோக்ராம் ரிட்டர்ன் பேக் ஆகும்போது என்னென்ன ப்ராசஸ் நடக்கணும். The callee procedure, that is a new procedure, places the return value next to the activation record of the caller and the return value எடுத்து it jumps back to the original callee program. It restores top of the stack pointer and other registers. It branches to the return address and the caller can copy the return value into its own activation record. Okay, how local data is going to be handled using activation record. So whenever new activation record is pushed onto the stack, and the corresponding activation record contains the information called as local data, and in this local data section local variables oda informations எல்லாம் available ஆ இருக்கும். This contains only static length data and it will not hold variable length data. Fixed length data எல்லாம் local data என்ற information அந்த locationல store ஆயிரும். Suppose variable length data இருக்குன்னு வெச்சுக்கோங்க. That is, for example, arrays எல்லாம் இருந்தது அப்படின்னா, this activation record, for example, activation record P ல A, B, C ன்னு 3 array store பண்ணணும்னா, will have this type of extensions. That is, pointer will be maintained to the location for array A, array B and array C. So this is how variable length data can be stored for each activation record. So local data la variable length data cannot be stored. We'll keep a count of the memory location that has been allocated so far, and we'll generate a relative address. We'll set an offset of the storage for a local with respect to some position. And this is how local data and variable length data is handled by activation records. How address generation is possible in stack allocation. Whenever new activation record is pushed onto the stack, the position of the new activation record on the stack cannot be determined statically. Therefore, compiler enna pannuna, it must generate relative address. What is the relative address? The relative address will be equal to current stack top plus offset. This how new address will be generated whenever new activation record is pushed onto the stack. Let us have a summary about stack-based allocation. Stack-based allocation is a dynamic allocation. The storage is organized as a stack. Activation records are pushed and popped. Locals and parameters are contained in the activation records for every new call. That means local variables are bound to fresh storage on every call. And for this, we are going to use stack top pointer. To allocate new activation record, we just increase the stack top. To deallocate an existing activation record, we just decrease the stack top. So these are all the advantages and disadvantages of stack-based allocation. First point, it supports recursion, as memory is always allocated on the block entry. And it allows to create data structures dynamically. It also supports array declaration like A of I, j. Even if I and j are not known, this type of array declaration can be supported by stack-based allocation. Disadvantage வந்து, memory addressing has to be effected only through pointers and index registers in case of array reference. And we have seen in variable variable length data allocation in activation record. That is, activation record la or variable length data store பண்ணனும் அப்படினா ஒரு pointer current location ல இருந்து pointer-ஓ இல்ல index register-ஓ maintain பண்ணி அந்த variable length data like array வந்து யூஸ் பண்ணனும். This is the main disadvantage. ஒரு external pointer இல்லனா index register யூஸ் பண்ணி தான் array reference can be maintained. We can see another drawback of stack-based allocation, that is called as dangling reference, and we can explain this. We can have the explanation using this as an example. Okay, we'll have a main function, and in the main function we are having a local variable p of type pointer, and we are invoking the function called as dangle. This dangle function, it is having a local variable called as I, and address of I is returned back to the main function. So the local variable I only exists in dangle. Here I is available only in dangle. The address of I is returned back to the main program. But as per the stack-based allocation, whenever the control is returned back, whenever this procedure or function is returned back, the corresponding activation record will be moved or removed from the stack. So the address will no longer exist, and this is going to be a dangling reference. That is, when procedure completes execution and control is transferred to main, the space for I does not exist anymore. The that is the activation record will be removed of the stack. So now the pointer P is a dangling reference. That is, it is going to refer a pointer which no longer exists. This is called as dangling reference, and this is one of the main drawback of stack based allocation. So with this, the stack based allocation discussion is over. Thank you.